Hey, guys. I know I haven't been on for a minute and I haven't really updated anybody. I've been enjoying actually having a happy life for once, but I've also been struggling with my boundaries. I know I've come on and I've spoken before about boundaries and stuff, and it's an ever changing thing. Like, the more that you heal, the more that you realize you can't tolerate, the more that you're changing your boundaries. So I'm doing it all the time. But in the last month or so, it's really come to a head. People that I was hoping I would never have to set like big boundaries with, I'm having to set big boundaries with. And to the point that I've almost considered stopping doing this. I almost considered stopping doing the videos and stop sharing the personal things that I go through because of some of the things that are being said. So I had someone that I have been incredibly close to my entire life. This person was the only person that ever stood up for me against my parents, the most abusive people in my life. This person was the only one that ever stood up to them. And they're struggling. This isn't the first time that they've been struggling, but the thing that was used against me was, and I am going to say it as bluntly as they said it to me. You do more for complete strangers than you will for your family anymore. And that hurt me. But I can't tell you how soul crushing that is. When I hear these things from people that know my entire life because they were right there with me, they understand the struggles that I go through, but then I understand the struggles that they're going through. So as they're doing self-destructive things and I'm watching, and I used to run. I was the first one that would run when there was a crisis going on. But in this journey, I've realized that that was one of my own issues. That was one of my own trauma responses. That's what I was so used to doing. That's the only way that I found my worth. It's not that way anymore. Now I want people to take accountability. I know what it's like to go through those nights of feeling so lonely. I know what it is to go through those nights where you feel like you're completely just defeated. And I was alone in those nights. None of my family was around in those nights. None of my family seems to remember the times that I went months without having a vehicle because I loaned it to one of them. Or the months that one of their broken down, being threatened to be repoed from the bank was stored on my property to hide them from the repo company. How many times I went without paying my own mortgage in order to give them money because they had gotten themselves in yet another mess. How in my entire adult life I've had so many of my family members and friends and just even acquaintances live with me, and it's never come out well. I've had someone OD in my home. I've had someone steal from me. I've had people bring drugs into my home around my children. I've had, it never ends well, okay? But I always felt like if I had it, I had to give it. I don't feel that way anymore. I'm sick of these people taking and taking and taking, and they see me struggle, but they turn and they walk away and they get themselves into yet more messes. But then it's June and their hands are back out saying, give me more. And now that I am learning how to say no, and God, is it freaking hard. These people don't see when I say no, how guilty I feel, how overwhelmingly sad, and how I'm bawling for days. They don't see this. They say, you're just cold. You won't do things for anybody anymore. You want to help all strangers. I see you on your videos. You're so compassionate and caring. Why aren't you that way with me? I hold boundaries with the people that I help online. I don't know what some people have in their thoughts of what I do for all these people that I'm helping. But all I do is I listen. I listen and I understand. And I talk to them. I try to tell them very openly of my own struggles so that hopefully they will be able to help themselves. These people that want to keep trying to cross my boundaries with the Band-Aid over a bullet hole saying, but family, June, don't understand that in my mind, people don't understand that after everything that I've been through in my life because of family, I don't see family as normal people do. I get jealous when I see families that appear normal, that seem happy, that are supportive of each other, that are proud of each other. I get so sad and envious. To me, family is nothing more than an obligation. It's someplace where it's someone where love is just not freely given. It's to be earned. And if you don't do and act and say all the right things, it can very well be taken away. Just completely. Nothing is ever taken care of. There's arguments, but nobody knows how to have conversations. So it gets months without talking, or sometimes years. And then all of a sudden one day they start talking again. Everything gets pushed under the rug and they proceed as normal. I'm not like that. I can't do that. Things need to be resolved. I need to be able to discuss things. I need to be able to be honest. And that's not the way that so much of my family is. And after speaking with my therapist this week, I've come to realize that a big part of my boundaries is people that don't want to take accountability. If you don't want to take accountability for the things that you've done in your life to cause what you're living right now, I don't want to take my energy and interrupt my peace in order to help. I'm tired of helping people that don't want to help themselves. Everything is everyone else's fault. They take no responsibility. They have no apologies. There's none of that. Every toxic family seems to have this same instruction manual. They all seem to be like this. Nothing gets fixed. Everything is supposed to just be pushed into a closet and forgotten about. And we can't live that way. If your name comes up on my phone and my body cringes and my stomach goes in knots and feels like it's going to fall out of my asshole, I don't feel a responsibility to really talk to you anymore. I'm sorry. I don't want the negativity. I don't want the drama. I don't want I'm going to talk about this person and that person and the gossip. I'm done with it. The unhealthy version of us, at least in my own case, seemed to chase all those things before. I was addicted to the chaos. It kept it so I didn't have to pay attention to my own life. But my life now is what I want to be paying attention to. It's something I never thought that I'd have. And I'm going to protect that with everything that I can because I worked hard. And those that actually loved me, those that ever actually cared, should respect that and want the same thing. And I really hope that they're watching the things that I'm dealing with and the things that I've struggled with and know what the past was like. And hopefully they can see it in themselves and realize you can fix it too. I'm not going to be able to help something. No one's going to be able to help something until you decide that you're going to take the accountability, to be honest, to be real. I get the guilt. I get the shame. I get all of that. But you got to go through it. There's no hiding from it and expecting healthy. I've learned that the hard way. These boundary things, they hurt me. Knowing that I have a way that I could take away somebody else's pain, I always want to be able to do it. But I was doing it at the destruction of myself. So I always want to help others. That's just who I am. I'm going to continue doing the things that I'm doing because it gives my past and everything that I've gone through a purpose. I had a friend the other night. I love this woman so much. She's so beautiful. She inspires me all the time. She sent me a photo, and above it she had said, "This reminds me of you." And it had said, "The most beautiful souls are those that escape from the fire but return with buckets to help those still within it." And it made me realize how many people are following my journey and how many people are finding help in it. And that makes it so worth all of the struggles that I'm getting and pushing through these moments, because it gives my past and my pain and my struggles a purpose. So I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing and try so hard not to let the voices of my toxic loved ones win. I'm going to focus on my finally happy, what I thought was only a fantasy life. And I'm going to keep doing what makes me feel like I'm being my most authentic self. I just want, hopefully, for those that I love that aren't yet on this path or not fully on this path, to realize that I understand where you are right now. I might not be rushing to come and take you by the hand and do everything for you, but I'm always here. When you're doing the work, I'm always going to be there. And there's a way through this. I understand the turmoil that's going on. I understand how everything seems like it's against you, but it's not. The more that you push through this crap, the more you're going to see the beauty that is life. The more that you're going to experience peace for the first time ever. And it's so worth it. I want that so bad for all of you. And these boundaries hurt me just as much as they hurt you. So with that, I'm going to stop rambling. I will be back to do videos like I always do. And I hope everyone stays safe. All right. Much love. Bye.